Hello, my name is Kevin Bonner, and I'm an electrician at Purdue. As an electrician at Purdue, I work on different construction projects across the Purdue campus, and I work with other trades as well. I work with different trades such as carpenters, also as plumbers, also masons as well. A typical day at Purdue looks like, for one, I will usually drive straight to the job site. That could be any building across the Purdue campus. I'll drive straight there and I'll meet up with whomever I'm working with that day. I could be working by myself, or I could be working with someone from a different trade. And the first thing that we will do is first we'll go over what we're doing for the day. We'll usually look at the scope of work. The scope of work is just a long, detailed list of all that needs to be done to complete a particular construction project. What we'll do is we'll look at that, we'll choose what we're doing for the day, and then also we'll take a look at the blueprints for the job, which the blueprints are just a detailed drawing of the building that we'll be working on and also of the work that we'll be doing. It will give us information that we'll need to know to be able to know where we're working, how to work, and just what we'll need to do to be able to do the particular things on the scope. For me, the personality traits that I have that really excite me or allow me to be able to work at my job are, for one, I like working with my hands and I like building things. So at my job, I work a lot with my hands. I get to, build things and see the finished project after it's done, which is pretty cool to be able to actually be able to look back and see all that you've done. Also, for my job, it takes a lot of problem solving skills. So I like to be able to solve problems, be able to have problems to be able to solve. And it really makes things different and interesting. So no 2 days are alike. You don't have the same type of problems every day. And so that makes it really fun for me. Skills that are important to my career are, for one, a desire to continue to learn. You have to be able to always have that type of desire, because with technology and with how much things are changing today, you have to be wanting to learn because things change. We're not doing the same things or doing things the same way that people were doing before. And soon after, here in a while, we won't do the things the same way either. So having that is really important. Also, having an attention to detail, really following instructions and being able to follow the scope and be able to do things the way that the customer or way that the scope says to do those things. So you have to have a real attention to detail, because you being off by a little bit can matter a lot in what I do as an electrician. It can be very dangerous if you are off by a lot. So that matters a lot. Also, working with others. Being able to communicate and work with others is really good. Some qualifications I had to have for my career really was just a desire to work and learn, and also a high school diploma. Those are the only two things that really I needed to be able to start. Once you get into more detailed things, you may need some other things, but just to start, those are the only two things. Type of training that I have to go through my job, really, we go through a lot of safety training. Depending on where we're working and what we're working on, There are certain protocols or certain things that we have to follow to not only protect ourselves but also protect others. So that's a continual going on basis because of technology. Things are changing and we can do things more safer, and so that's something that we continually do. Also, there is, depending on where you work, there can be school training. I did happen to go through, before I was where I am at now, I did go through apprenticeship program, which is a program that does on-the-job learning and also schooling that you'll do so that you can become certified or you can become licensed, which is really good. Lastly, things that I learned from my previous job or schooling that helped me today. For one, is learning how to think through problems and how to problem solve. That is super beneficial, how to be able to look at a problem and look at things and be able to really think through it. That was really beneficial. And then also math skills as well. Those are two things that really are things that you use a lot, just basic math really, and learning how to solve problems. Those are really the only two things.